What if the biggest hurdle to your English fluency isn't your motivation, or even your study materials, but something far simpler? What if it's just that you haven't had access to the right tools yet?
Think about it. The most successful English learners aren't just grinding away. They're leveraging a new, incredibly powerful assistant that offers unlimited speaking practice, provides instant, laser-focused feedback, and delivers lessons that are instantly personalized just for them.
And in the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how you can tap into this game changing power yourself, all by harnessing the incredible capabilities of artificial intelligence. Get ready to transform your learning journey. Let's be honest, most language learners hit a wall. They plateau, not because they're lazy or unintelligent, but because they encounter some invisible barriers that traditional methods just can't seem to break through. It's a frustrating cycle that keeps so many intermediate speakers feeling stuck for years.
It really is. And it usually boils down to three key problems. First, there's the speaking partner dilemma. You're buzzing with questions, or maybe you just had a light bulb moment about a grammar point, and it's 2 a.m. Who can you speak with? Your teacher's asleep, your English-speaking friends are in a different time zone.
And let's face it, your cat probably isn't going to provide much in the way of coherent conversation.
Exactly. The desire to practice is there, but the opportunity, especially for spontaneous, no-pressure chat, simply isn't. This lack of available, real-time interaction is a huge barrier, leading to missed opportunities for practice and a stifled sense of progress.
So, what's the second barrier?
It's all about feedback. When you do get it, whether from a busy teacher or a generic app, it's often either too slow to be useful, by the time you receive it, you've forgotten the context, or it's just too broad. You get a good job, or a vague, try to improve your pronunciation.
Right. But what exactly should you improve? Which specific sounds? How?
Precisely. This kind of delayed or generalized feedback doesn't help you pinpoint your weaknesses or understand the why behind your mistakes. It leaves you guessing, and guessing isn't learning.
And the final barrier? I have a feeling I know what this is.
Oh, it's the one everyone dreads, vocabulary drills. Those endless lists and flashcards. They feel about as exciting as watching paint dry on a rainy London afternoon, don't they? You memorize a word, you forget it, you rememorize it, and the cycle continues. It's a tedious, often ineffective process that drains your motivation. These three walls combine to create a formidable barrier.
So, how do we smash through them?
This is where artificial intelligence steps in and completely rewrites the rules. Imagine a private tutor who is available 24/7, never sleeps, never judges your accent or your mistakes, and can generate an infinite number of conversations, stories, and pronunciation drills precisely tailored to your weak points. That's AI.
So, it's not just another app, it's more like a tireless, personalized learning companion.
Exactly. Unlike human tutors, AI doesn't have a schedule, doesn't get tired, and certainly doesn't come with a hefty hourly rate. It remembers every single mistake you've ever made, every word you've struggled with, and every grammar rule that tripped you up.
That perfect memory must be the key. It allows the AI to adapt and refine its approach, ensuring you get exactly the practice you need, when you need it.
That's the core of it. Think of it as a superpowered, infinitely patient coach who is solely focused on your progress. It identifies patterns in your learning, understands your individual challenges, and then custom builds exercises and interactions designed to dismantle those challenges one by one. AI isn't just changing the game, it's creating an entirely new league where personalized, effective language acquisition is finally within everyone's reach.
It sounds like the catalyst we've all been waiting for to break through those invisible walls and accelerate the journey to fluency.
Let's kick things off with arguably the most transformative tool, AI conversation partners. Forget waiting for a language exchange meetup or feeling self-conscious with a native speaker. Apps like ChatGPT's voice mode, TutorBot, and even Replica now support full, natural back-and-forth speaking practice that feels surprisingly human.
And the best part? I assume they're always ready to chat.
Always. And here's how you can really exploit them. First, jump in without a script. Just start speaking. Talk about your day, your hobbies, a news article you read, anything that comes to mind. The AI responds instantly, creating a free-flowing conversation that turns any quiet room into a dynamic practice space. It's a judgment-free zone, which is crucial for building confidence.
What about practicing for specific scenarios?
You can do that too. Ask the AI to play the role of a barista taking your coffee order, a border control agent asking about your travel plans, or even your future self offering advice. These role plays are invaluable for practicing context-specific vocabulary and functional language.
That's great. But you mentioned a secret sauce for rapid improvement?
I did. After each exchange, type a simple prompt. Give me 3 pronunciation tips based on our conversation. The AI will then provide a mini assessment pointing out specific sounds or intonation patterns you might want to work on. This immediate targeted feedback is gold.
So you're getting actionable insights directly related to your speech, right when the context is fresh in your mind.
Exactly. To maximize retention, repeat the same topic or role play 3 days later. The AI will often remember the words or phrases you struggled with before. The result of this consistent, low-stakes practice is incredible. A university study from 2023 involving 120 ESL students found that this type of AI-driven conversation practice reduced speaking anxiety by half within just 2 weeks.
Cutting your fear of speaking in half in 2 weeks? That's amazing. Okay, so conversation is covered. But what about one of the most persistent challenges for learners? Pronunciation. It's not just about being understood, it's about feeling confident.
You've hit on a huge point. Traditional methods often fall short, but today, we have sophisticated pronunciation apps like Pronounce, Elsa Speak, and Say It, which are absolute game changers. These aren't just recording tools, they're highly intelligent speech coaches. They don't just listen, they hear your accent and can even detect whether you're aiming for American or British sounds, offering tailored guidance.
So, how does it work?
The process is brilliantly simple. You open the app, choose a phrase or a specific sound, record yourself speaking it, and then receive an instant color-coded score. Green means you're within the standard deviation for native-like pronunciation. Red indicates you're off, but crucially, it doesn't just tell you you're wrong, it shows you how and why.
And that's where the real magic happens, right? The feedback.
Absolutely. The mouth animation feature is key. For the exact phoneme you missed, the app will display a 3D model of a mouth, showing you precisely where your tongue should be, the position of your jaw, and how your lips should move. This biomechanical feedback takes all the guesswork out of tricky sounds like the English TH or the elusive dark L. Research confirms that these tools provide real-time, personalized feedback on pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. One study found this visual guidance reduces mispronunciation by 60% compared to audio-only repetition.
Wow. So, consistency must be important.
It's key. Just 10 minutes a day, 5 days a week, can yield astonishing results. Users often report that this consistent, targeted practice trimmed their average accent rating from a 10 down to a 7 in just 2 months. Elsa Speak, for instance, even integrates gamification and personalized training plans to keep you motivated. These tools empower you to refine your accent and sound more confident and authentic.
Let's talk about vocabulary. We mentioned how traditional lists are boring and often get abandoned. How does AI solve that problem?
It solves it by turning a tedious chore into an engaging experience. Instead of rote memorization, AI story generators weave your target words into a narrative that's directly relevant to you.
How would that work in practice?
Imagine you've got 10 challenging words you want to master. Say, resilient, reluctant, subtle, drastic, obsolete. Instead of writing them on flashcards, you prompt an AI. Write a 150-word mystery story that uses these 10 words and make it about my hobby of hiking in the mountains.
So the AI crafts a personalized story using my words and my interests?
Within seconds, you read it, enjoying the plot, And without even realizing it, you're encountering your target words in a natural, memorable context. This is far more effective than isolated definitions because your brain associates the word with a vivid image and a narrative arc.
And I bet it doesn't stop there.
It doesn't. After you've read the story, you can have the AI build you a gap fill exercise using those very same words. This repetition is invisible because the context is fun. Retention tests show that this method doubles recall compared to traditional Anki decks or static lists. You're not just learning words, you're integrating them into your understanding, making them truly unforgettable.
Okay, what about grammar? Tools like Grammarly and the Hemingway editor are great, but they can feel a bit like a school teacher with a giant red pen. It feels corrective, but not always educational.
That's a common feeling. There's a more elegant, less intimidating approach using a chatbot. Instead of just accepting a correction, make the AI your personal, non-judgmental grammar tutor.
How do you do that?
Simply open a chatbot, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, your choice, and paste your sentences with a prompt like, correct these sentences and explain the rule in one concise sentence. What you get is instant feedback, but more importantly, a micro lesson. The AI doesn't just fix it, it tells you why it fixed it.
And that immediate explanation, tied to your own writing, would make the rule far more memorable than reading it in a textbook.
Exactly. And if you're really stuck on a concept, like tricky English conditionals, you can ask the AI to explain it using an analogy that resonates with you. For example, if you're a keen cook, you could write, explain 0 to third conditionals using a cooking metaphor. The AI will instantly whip up a comparison about recipes and timing that makes the complex grammar point intuitive and easy to grasp. You're not just correcting errors, you're building a deeper understanding.
So far, we've focused on what individual learners can do. But what about educators? Is AI a tool for them too?
It's a revolutionary secret weapon for educators, dramatically reducing prep time and supercharging content creation. Imagine being able to transform any text into a personalized, engaging podcast for your students overnight. That's precisely what tools like Notebook LM allow teachers to do.
A personalized podcast? How?
A teacher can upload a lesson plan, a reading assignment, or even a complex academic article into Notebook LM. Then, with a simple prompt, they can receive a two-person podcast summarizing the key points, tailored to any vocabulary level.
So instead of a dry lecture, students could listen to a dynamic conversation about the topic?
Exactly. A newsreader and a tourist discussing comparatives, or a mock interview explaining the past perfect. The research context highlights that AI can create customized language learning podcasts tailored to the learner's level and interests. What's even better is that the AI can seamlessly insert comprehension questions at natural pauses within the podcast. This transforms passive listening into an active learning experience, creating a custom-built podcast series for your classroom at virtually zero production cost.
One of the biggest challenges is just staying motivated. The initial excitement fades, and it becomes a struggle to be consistent.
It's a universal problem. And that's where the power of gamification, borrowed from the addictive world of mobile games, proves incredibly effective. Apps like Speaking Pal have masterfully integrated these elements to keep you engaged.
You mean things like points and leaderboards?
Yes, imagine earning XP points for every minute of conversation, climbing leaderboards, and unlocking streak rewards for daily practice. This isn't just about superficial points. It's about leveraging the dopamine loop that makes games so compelling. Each small achievement reinforces the positive habit of speaking English. It turns what could be a chore into a challenge you want to conquer.
Does it actually work?
The results are genuinely impressive. One 45-day challenge organized by a language learning platform saw users average an incredible 23 minutes of speaking per day, a monumental leap from their previous average of 0. It wasn't because they suddenly became super motivated. It was because the gamified structure tapped into their intrinsic desire for progress and achievement.
So you can compete with others or just with friends.
Right? Join a public league if you're competitive, or create a private class code with friends for a supportive, challenging environment. It's a powerful psychological hack that ensures you keep showing up and keep improving.
Podcasts are a fantastic resource for listening practice, but it's often a passive activity. You listen, you understand the gist, but how do you turn that into active learning?
This is where AI can transform your passive listening into a targeted lesson. Here's a powerful two-step method. First, listen to a 6-minute BBC Learning English podcast, or any podcast that interests you. Just focus on the main ideas.
Okay, and step two?
Paste the transcript of that podcast into an AI chatbot. Then give it a series of specific prompts. Make me 5 comprehension questions. Generate 5 true-false statements, and create 10 collocation flashcards from the text.
So, in under a minute, the AI generates a whole study packet from the podcast.
Exactly. You'll have questions, factual recall statements, and crucial collocation cards, those natural word pairings like make a decision, that are vital for sounding natural. Research confirms that combining podcasts with AI can transform passive listening into active learning. Learners who consistently use this two-step method scored 30% higher on vocabulary tests than those who only listened passively. It's about creating your own personalized, interactive study materials from authentic content.
Let's get a little more futuristic. What about virtual reality? How does that fit into language learning?
It's not science fiction anymore, it's the reality of VR apps like Immerse or Engage. These virtual reality classrooms are radically changing conversational practice, especially for anxious speakers.
How so? Is it more than just a video game?
Much more. When you put on a VR headset, your brain starts to believe the stakes are real. You're in the environment. And here's a subtle but powerful detail. The headset tracks your mouth movements, so your avatar's lips move in sync with your speech. This small detail dramatically enhances the feeling of presence, tricking your brain into believing the conversation is real.
So you can practice ordering a virtual coffee or checking into a hotel, and it feels authentic.
Exactly. And the AI characters respond dynamically, pushing you to think on your feet. This level of immersion is incredibly effective for reducing public speaking anxiety. Early pilot programs have shown that anxiety drops significantly faster in VR settings compared to traditional Zoom rooms. Why? Because the brain processes the experience as more real, allowing you to build confidence in a safe, yet highly realistic, simulated environment. It's the closest you can get to real-world practice without booking a flight.
We talked about pronunciation apps, but some sounds are just so physically difficult to make if they don't exist in your native language.
You're right. The th sound, the darkle, they can feel impossible to master just by listening. This is where pronunciation avatars, like those in Forvo AI, offer a revolutionary solution.
What is a pronunciation avatar?
Imagine saying a sentence and then watching a 3D mouth model on your screen, moving in slow motion, to replicate the exact placement of the tongue, lips, and jaw required for each sound. It's not just about hearing, it's about seeing the biomechanics of speech.
That visual feedback must eliminate all the guesswork.
It does. It's especially helpful for sounds like the difference between the L in light and the L in feel. Watching an avatar demonstrate the tongue placement makes the distinction tangible. One study recorded that students who regularly watched these pronunciation avatars reduced their mispronunciation by an impressive 60% compared to those who relied solely on audio-only repetition. The research specifically mentions pronunciation avatars that visually demonstrate mouth movements as an emerging trend, empowering you to achieve a new level of clarity.
With all this focus on speaking, writing can sometimes get neglected, but it's so crucial for professional and academic success.
Absolutely. And this is where an AI-powered writing buddy becomes an indispensable partner. Your task is simple. Commit to writing a 100-word daily paragraph on a random topic. The AI can even generate the topics for you. This consistent, low-stakes practice builds discipline.
But the real power is in the feedback, right?
Yes, and here's how to supercharge it. Instead of just getting corrections, Ask the AI for feedback in three distinct levels: elementary, intermediate, and advanced.
3 levels? How does that work?
Elementary feedback might focus on basic grammar. Intermediate could delve into sentence variety. And advanced feedback might analyze your rhetorical style and word choices. What this does is remarkable. You see how the same idea can be expressed with increasing sophistication. It provides a built-in model of progression, showing you not just what to fix, but how to elevate your writing to the next level. It's like having a personalized writing coach on your schedule.
Have you ever listened back to a recording of yourself and thought, did I really say that? Self-correction can be hard.
It can be, but there's a tool that makes it incredibly clear. Google's Recorder app and similar tools offer a feature that is pure gold for self-correction: live transcription. As you speak, your words are converted into text in real time.
And how is that more powerful than just recording and listening back?
The magic happens after you finish speaking. You can tap any word in the transcript to hear the original audio of your voice pronouncing that specific word. This allows for incredibly precise self-correction. You can instantly compare what you thought you said with what you actually said.
That sounds like a great exercise.
It is. Here's one. Record yourself summarizing a news article. Then, compare your AI-generated transcript to the original text. The mismatches, whether they're missed words, grammatical errors, or vocabulary choices, immediately highlight the gaps in your understanding or expression. This tool empowers you to become your own most effective critic, providing crystal clear insights into where you need to improve.
This has been incredible. For everyone listening, if you found these 11 tools as useful as I have, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe or follow button right now on your podcast app.
Because in the second half of this episode, we're not just sharing more tools, we're unveiling 3 advanced integrated strategies. These aren't just tips, these are structured plans.
Including how to create a 30-day AI study plan that has taken learners from B1 to C1 proficiency in a staggering 6 weeks. Seriously, B1 to C1 in 6 weeks. No spam, no sales pitch, just more free actionable gold coming your way to turbocharge your English learning journey. Don't miss out. All right, you promised strategies. Let's talk about that 30-day plan. It's one thing to know about the tools, but another to integrate them into a cohesive plan.
Exactly. This 30-day plan is a rapid accelerator proven to move learners from B1 to C1 proficiency in as little as 6 weeks when followed diligently. It's all about focused intensity and intelligent tool integration.
So, how does it break down?
Days 1 to 10 are for a pronunciation power-up. Your focus is honing pronunciation. Dedicate 10 minutes each morning to an app like Elsa Speak, and 10 minutes in the evening with Pronounce. Crucially, record yourself reading the same text on day 1 and day 10. The contrast will be incredibly motivating.
Okay, and after that foundation is built?
Days 11 to 20 are the conversation catalyst. Your daily mission is a 15-minute conversation with an AI voice bot, like ChatGPT's voice mode. Challenge yourself with role plays. At the end of each session, ask the AI for a summary of your errors. This immediate, comprehensive feedback is invaluable.
And the final 10 days?
Days 21 to 30 are about integrating and elevating. Start with a 100-word journal entry. Paste it into a chatbot and request intermediate or advanced feedback. Save any new words, and then let an AI story generator weave those words into a narrative, which you then read aloud. This loop, writing, correcting, learning new vocabulary, and speaking, is incredibly powerful.
And this has real, measurable results?
It does. Learners who have completed this intensive 30-day loop averaged a 15-point increase in their TOEIC speaking scores. That's a significant leap in measurable proficiency.
Motivation can be a fickle beast, especially over the long term. How can AI help when our internal drive starts to dip?
This strategy leverages AI to create an external visual feedback loop that is incredibly addictive. Here's how it works. Once a week, record yourself speaking for 2 to 3 minutes.
Just talking about anything?
Anything. Describing your week, summarizing a book. Then send that recording or its transcript to an AI with a specific prompt. Grade me on 5 criteria: fluency, vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and relevance. Provide a score for each with actionable feedback.
And then you track those scores?
Exactly. Store the results in a simple spreadsheet. Record the date and your scores. After a few weeks or whenever you feel your motivation flagging, ask the AI to show you a graph of your progress. Seeing a visual representation of your scores, watching those lines trend upwards, is profoundly motivating. It provides tangible evidence that your hard work is paying off, transforming abstract effort into concrete, measurable gains.
I love traditional language exchanges on apps like Tandem or Hello Talk, but they can sometimes lack structure. It's hard to extract targeted learning from a casual chat.
This strategy supercharges those human-to-human interactions by integrating AI. First, have your usual 20-minute chat with your language partner. The key is to record the conversation or use a live transcription tool to capture the dialogue.
Okay, so you have the transcript of your chat. What next?
This is the game-changing step. Feed that transcript into an AI chatbot like ChatGPT. Then, give it specific prompts. Find 5 colloquial expressions or idioms we used and explain them. And create 3 mini role-play scenarios based on our topics, incorporating these new expressions.
Wow. So your informal chat is instantly transformed into a structured, personalized lesson.
Precisely. The AI not only identifies natural, everyday language you might have missed, but also creates practical scenarios for you to immediately practice using it. You're actively integrating new language into your active vocabulary. This approach ensures you extract far more value from a 20-minute chat than most people gain in an hour-long, unstructured lesson.
This is all amazing for what we can do right now. But looking ahead, where is this technology going?
The AI landscape is evolving at breakneck speed, and the future is even more mind-bending. These features are already in beta, with public rollout expected within the next 3 to 6 months.
What's first on the list?
First up, adaptive. AI companions are getting smarter. Soon, these AI tutors won't just analyze your words. They'll read your emotional state via your microphone. Imagine an AI detecting frustration in your tone and subtly adjusting its pace or offering encouragement.
That level of emotional and contextual understanding would make it feel incredibly human. What's next?
Brace yourself for voice clone integration. You'll be able to record your own voice, and AI will resynthesize your speech with perfect native rhythm and intonation. Imagine practicing a presentation, and the AI instantly plays it back in your voice, but with a flawless native cadence. It will slash self-consciousness.
That is mind-bending. What else?
Finally, prepare for augmented reality subtitles. Imagine wearing smart glasses, and as real people speak, AR subtitles float above their heads, translating or transcribing in real time. This trains your brain to instantly link sound and text in authentic, spontaneous environments. It blurs the lines between learning and living.
We have a lot of teachers listening to the podcast. How can they start using AI in the classroom right now?
AI is an incredibly powerful ally for teachers. Here are 3 practical tips. First, turn any text into a level-appropriate podcast overnight. Use a tool like Notebook LM. Upload an article or textbook chapter, and with a simple prompt, it can generate a 2-person podcast tailored to a specific vocabulary level, like A2 or B1. This supports differentiated learning and provides authentic listening practice at zero production cost.
That alone could save hours of prep time. What's the second tip?
Generate targeted micro-videos for common errors. Instead of just marking essays, upload them to an AI and ask it to identify the 5 most common errors. Then, ask it to create short, micro-videos explaining each rule. You can share these with the class before the next lesson, which flips the traditional feedback model and frees up class time for communication.
That's a brilliant way to handle grammar. And the third tip?
Create chatbot role plays for specific professional situations. You can prompt an AI to create a role play for a hotel check-in or a job interview. Assign these for homework. Students can practice in a low-pressure environment and then ask the AI for a report of the conversation to submit to you, giving you insight into their performance without having to listen to every interaction.
These are fantastic, actionable strategies for educators. They aren't just about saving time, are they?
Not at all. They're about creating more personalized, engaging, and effective learning experiences for your students, truly leveraging the cutting edge of educational technology. By embracing these tools and strategies, both learners and teachers can unlock unprecedented levels of efficiency, engagement, and ultimately, fluency. The future of English learning isn't coming. It's already here, and it's powered by AI.